Paul, I suppose, look, the start of the club season, exciting time of the year for any player, especially at the senior grade in Limerick, and a very, very competitive competition.
Oh, 100%. Like, as it is every year, in fairness, there aren't really any easy games coming into these, especially now with the wider spread. We're going back to the old format, which I'm really looking forward to. Really, 5 games it's much better preparation coming into quarterfinals or semi-finals if we get that far. So it's just something we're really looking forward to this year.
I know you mentioned that old format, and that's something even us as media people are looking forward to. There really is no place to hide in when you go back to the pre-COVID format of playing everybody in the group of 6. Let's say it's a great way to find out where you are before you head to quarters.
100%, like, and equally so for the teams who are looking to be playing still in October, and then the likes of newcomers up to the division, the likes of Kildimo, Palace, who are fresh in it this year and are really looking to see where they stand in the senior ranks. So I'm sure they're delighted that it's gone back to that old format, and they're not just facing into 2 group games where they could be in a relegation battle after that. So for the likes of ourselves, then we just want to hit the ground running. We've got 2 tough games coming up. I think it is Galtee and Kildimo we have first, and we really need to have our eye on the ball.
Yeah, those 2 opening fixtures, I suppose Galtee have been there for a few years now, and Kildimo just up. You'll have some tests very early on in the group stages here.
Oh, 100%. Like, both those sides have serious momentum going into this championship, and we know both teams have savage players. Galtee have the likes of the Childs, and we know Peter and Tony well from Kildimo. So they're going to be really interesting matchups.
For a club like Adare, who every year seem to be at the business end of this competition, is the motivation still there to try and better yourself every year and go again and go again? It's when you look at always nearly in the knockout stages over the last kind of 5-6 years, it really is a remarkable achievement to be that consistent.
Yeah, 100%. Like, in terms of hunger, it's definitely still there. Especially considering how we kind of left last season. We were very disappointed in the final. Like, we lost a really good Newcastle side, but we still felt that we really didn't do ourselves justice. And this year now, like, coming into it with a brand new management setup, new S&C coach in Adrian O'Brien, like, I have full faith that he's going to have us primed and ready to go, and that John Bruder and Pat Donnelly are really going to have us at our best.
How important is it that the club player has their chance to shine after the championship action is concluded?
Oh, massively. I think, at its roots, the game is about the club. Like, I think if you ask most players where they really love playing, it's always back at the club where it all kind of began, and with the fellas they grew up with, and a lot of their mentors who are always going to be there at those club grounds. So it's massively important, in my opinion.
You mentioned Kildimo there, Newcastle West, yourselves, hurling and football vying for both squads' attention, I suppose, during this season and this split season. That shouldn't be a problem?
Look, it poses its own form of challenges. It's not easy being dual at senior, in both grades, but it's something that I in terms of Adare, I know we have a very good relationship with the hurling community, and the hurling panel, the management between both hurling and football work very well with each other. So it is a challenge, but it's one that we're managing quite well at the moment, we feel.
We mentioned at the launch here about Limerick football is on a high, and how have club standards, I suppose, helped the county side to push on to new heights that they have got to this season?
Yeah, exactly. Like, I think if you went back maybe a few years ago, the gap that Billy Lee would often mention about playing at club level in Limerick and going into the inter-county setup was fairly sizable. But I think that's decreasing every year because I think the standard has been improving. I think there's the players in the championship are getting fitter, stronger, more accurate, and it's just leading to better